The council chamber of the Galactic Consortium stretched across 300 meters of polished obsidian, its ceiling lost in artificial stars that mimicked the cosmos itself. Representatives from 47 species sat in their designated alcoves, each breathing different atmospheres, each viewing reality through fundamentally alien eyes. At the center podium stood Kylie Chen, humanity's first ambassador to the stars, her small frame dwarfed by the architectural grandeur surrounding her. "The human petition is denied," announced Executor Vruth, his crystalline body refracting light into harsh, judgmental rainbows. "Your species lacks the physical capabilities required for consortium membership. You possess no natural armor, no enhanced musculature, no biological weapons. You are, by all measurable standards, prey animals who somehow survived long enough to achieve spaceflight." Kylie smiled, a gesture that sent confused ripples through the translators. She had expected this. 3 months of careful observation had taught her that the consortium valued strength. Above all else, the Krithian warriors could shatter steel with their bare hands. The Voroth possessed exoskeletons that could withstand planetary re-entry. Even the peaceful Luminae could generate electromagnetic pulses that disabled technology within a kilometer radius. Humanity had none of these gifts. "Executor Vruth," Kylie began, her voice steady despite the weight of representing 8 billion souls. "I don't dispute your assessment of our physical limitations, but I would like to propose a demonstration, a simple test, that will prove humanity's value to this consortium." Vruth's facets rotated with what Kylie had learned to recognize as curiosity. "What manner of test? Give me one of your most complex strategic problems, something your finest military minds have struggled with. Allow me and my colleague, William Foster, 72 hours to present a solution." The chamber erupted in what the translator could only render as laughter, though it came in forms ranging from ultrasonic chirps to bioluminescent pulses. A human solving what the galaxy's greatest strategists could not. Absurd. But Vruth appreciated boldness, even in prey species. "Very well. The Andromeda Barrier has held our expansion for 3 centuries. A naturally occurring phenomenon creates a zone of gravitational chaos spanning 12 light years. Ships that enter are torn apart by tidal forces. Probes are crushed. Our scientists say it's impossible to cross. You have your 72 hours. William Foster sat in their assigned quarters, surrounded by holographic displays showing the barrier's specifications. At 45, he was older than most Earth's diplomatic corps, his gray-streaked hair evidence of decades spent teaching theoretical physics. He'd never expected to leave Earth, let alone represent humanity to the stars. "This is genuinely impossible," he muttered, manipulating the data streams. "The gravitational gradients shift every 3 seconds. No shielding technology in the consortium's database can handle forces that variable." Kylie leaned against the desk, studying not the problem but William's face. She'd chosen him specifically for this moment. His mind didn't work like other scientists she'd met. Where they saw equations, he saw stories. Where they calculated probabilities, he imagined possibilities. "What if we're asking the wrong question?" Kylie said softly. William glanced up, one eyebrow raised. "What do you mean?" "They're trying to force their way through. Pure strength against chaos. But that's not how humans solve problems, is it? When did we ever win through strength alone?" Understanding dawned across William's features. His fingers flew across the holographic interface, pulling up historical data from Earth's archives. The consortium had dismissed these records as primitive, barely glancing at humanity's past. They had no idea what they'd overlooked. "River navigation," William whispered. "Ancient mariners didn't fight ocean currents, they learned to read them, use them. The Polynesians crossed the Pacific by understanding wave patterns, star positions, bird flight paths, and modern applications." Kylie prompted, though she could see he was already there. "Chaos theory. Strange attractors. We don't need to overcome the barrier's forces, we need to map them. Find the pattern within the chaos and ride it through." For 68 hours, they worked. William developed mathematical models based on Earth's oceanography and meteorology, fields the consortium had never considered relevant to space travel. Kylie translated their findings into proposals the Council could understand, framing humanity's unique approach not as weakness, but as a different kind of strength. The mind that adapted rather than dominated. The intelligence that found paths instead of forcing through barriers. Kylie stood once more before the consortium, William beside her this time. The chamber was fuller now. Word had spread that the humans claimed to have solved the unsolvable. The Andromeda barrier isn't random, Kylie explained as William's simulations played across the chamber's holographic displays. It has a pattern, but it operates on principles your scientists weren't looking for because you've never needed to look for them. Your species evolved on stable worlds with predictable physics. You learned to meet force with force. Humanity evolved on a chaotic planet, William continued, his academic tone commanding unexpected respect. Earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, our world tried to kill us constantly. We survived not by being stronger than these forces, but by learning to predict them, to work with them. We became pattern recognition specialists because our survival depended on it. The simulation showed a path through the barrier, not straight, but dancing through the gravitational chaos like a leaf riding rapids, using the very forces that would destroy a direct approach to navigate safely through. We've identified a traversable route that recalibrates every 8.3 seconds. Since to the barrier's underlying harmonic, ships can cross in 47 hours rather than the instant transit you prefer. But they will cross intact. Silence filled the chamber. Vruth's crystalline form rotated slowly, processing implications that reached far beyond a single navigation problem. You're saying, the executor began carefully, that humanity's weakness is actually a unique strength, that your fragility forced you to develop mental capabilities we never needed. Every species in this consortium evolved to dominate their environment through physical power. Kylie said, humanity evolved to understand our environment because we could never dominate it. We don't fear the chaos of the universe, we learned to dance with it. The vote was unanimous. Humanity joined the Galactic Consortium not as warriors, not as laborers, but as something the galaxy had never encountered, a species whose greatest weapon was the ability to see solutions where others saw only impossible problems. As they left the chamber, William turned to Kylie. Do you think they understand what this really means? Kylie smiled, thinking of 8 billion human minds now connected to the galaxy, each one trained by evolution to find patterns, to adapt, to think sideways around problems that seemed insurmountable. They will, she said quietly. The galaxy doesn't fear our strength. It's about to learn to respect our minds, and in the corridors of power, in the war rooms and research labs of 47 species, a new realization began to dawn. The fragile creatures from Earth hadn't just solved one problem. They'd introduced an entirely new way of thinking to a galaxy that had grown comfortable with old answers. The age of human ingenuity among the stars had only just begun.